Hello, hi everyone. I thought I was going to have a countdown, but it didn't happen. Can you hear me okay? Hello, hi Bobby J. Hi Margaret, batshit crazy, coffin duffer sucks. I get hi guys, hand pink waving. I don't actually get the emoji. Can you hear me okay, guys? Um, okay, hang on. Oh, you can. Thank you. I chopped the top of my head off here as well. Nice to see you. How are you all? Sorry, you're up there. Yeah, I had great fun last night. To everyone who joined me, that was good fun. So thank you very much. We ended up talking about music and films and Christmas films and all things that weren't true crime. We did do a little bit of true crime at the beginning, but yeah, we did digress. How's your Sunday been? Everyone having a good time? Good afternoon, Nonnie. We'll do some welcomes. Jackie Bushable, love it. I love looking at people's names. Karma Police. Shelley. Yeah, I wonder why I don't get the emoji. I'm going to highlight that comment just to see if I get it. Yeah, see? Hand pink waving. Bizarre. It was great fun, wasn't it, Nonnie? I was so tired, though. Oh, my gosh. I really haven't been myself today. I've been really sluggish. But here I am. We're gonna keep going and see if we can concentrate a bit more on the true crime tonight. So wait for a few people to come in. What have you been up to today? Anything exciting? I've been cleaning. It's always fun, isn't it? I did go out for some dinner tonight. It's my son's birthday tomorrow, so we had some dinner. But he's got school tomorrow. And then I came home and fed dogs, and time was going really fast. So yeah, I managed to learn how to schedule live. So to give you a bit of notice, I don't know if this time is good for everyone. I was hoping that I don't know. It's really hard because I don't want to be like too late for UK audience, but US audience might be a bit early. So let me know. Let me know what sort of time you guys are happy to come up and chat. The weird thing is, batshit crazy. You know, we were talking about Love Actually last night. I got in tonight. I always leave the TV on for the dogs. When I came in, Love Actually was on the TV. So, oh, Nonnie, I know. I've been cleaning as well. The minute you get that basket down, comes straight back up, doesn't it? It's like did you have the magic porridge pot when you were kids and it just kept overflowing and wouldn't stop? It's the same. It's the same. I just find that with housework, it's never ending. I never have my house to a point where I'm like, oh, that's great. Everything's done. I can chill out. It's always something. Well, I'm glad you're relaxing, Bobby. Fantastic. So I don't know how many we'll get in tonight, but hopefully we'll have a few joining us. It's gone really cold here now in the UK. What's it like where you guys are? I woke up cold last night, and that's the first time since last winter, I think. And of course, your bones start aching then, don't they? You get all kind of all creaky. I do. Probably a lot of you guys don't, but my bones start aching in the cold. Have a think, guys, as well about what you want to talk about. I would say we're all a bit obsessed with Idaho 4. So even when I sort of try and discuss other crimes, our hearts are particularly, I think, with the Idaho 4 at the moment. And I was just looking at a video on Bubbly Waters channel, and there's another, I think it was from 3 days ago, there was some more filters on Linda Lane footage. I don't know what to think about Linda Lane. Wow, look at that. 50s. Okay. 2 little dogs bathed. That's so cute. Do you bathe them every week, Jackie? Is it like Sunday bath night for your dogs? Hi, Unseen. Good to see you. I'm going to let you guys steer the conversation tonight, by the way. I want to know what's on your mind with Idaho 4 and possibly some other cases. Oh, Sunday night bath night for the dogs. I love it. I rarely bath mine, actually. I give them a brush. Sometimes I have to bath them from what they've been rolling in. But yeah, it's quite messy things, aren't they, dogs? I've given up on having a nice couch, nice sofa. It's their sofa. I'm kind of like, budge up. I want to get in. Oh dear. So yeah, what are you guys thinking in the true crime community at the moment? Is there anything in particular you want to speak about with Idaho 4? I don't know if Tommy's going to join us. It'd be quite nice to talk to Tommy about Linda Lane. I know he's quite passionate about Linda Lane, but I really struggle seeing things on there. I think I've mentioned that before. But I don't like that truck. I think that truck leaving at 4:25, you hear the car screech off, and then you get the truck leaving. That is what I find suspicious. I don't know. I do wonder, is that the cleanup? I don't know. What do you guys think? Wow, 80. Oh, little Maltese, lovely. Yeah, I haven't checked the temperature here, but I know I've put my jumper on, keeps the heating off. It's not too cold. It's warmed up a bit tonight, but it was colder last night. So nice to see you, Unseen. I see you. Okay, so I don't know if Sunday was still experimenting with Hi Karma Police. We're still experimenting with times and when's good for everyone. A lot of people have said Sundays are good because no one else seems to live stream. 66, 80. I'm not sure what that's referring to. I can't remember what I just said. Was that the 80? Was that the temperature? Yeah. So yeah, it started off pouring with rain this morning. I thought, oh God, one of those days, but it did brighten up a bit. It is a bit warmer now. So yeah, we had fun last night. We were chilling out, talking about music and films. Oh, I was referring to your name, Unseen. I see you. It was really cheesy, actually. Sorry. So yeah, so what do you guys think about this Linda Lane truck? What do you think about? Did you hear that Xana's mother? I only caught the title. I haven't watched the video yet. That Xana's mother, she got a warrant out for arrest. Does anyone know any more details? Yeah, the audio seemed to match up. Yeah, I think that's a definite possibility. The audio seemed to match up. Ethan and Xana, their night, I think, was so different to the others. I think they, you know, the fact they had sort of time missing from the timeline, no one seemed to know where they were. And then all of a sudden, Bethany saw them until 1:45 at Sigma Chi. And then we've got Xana's dad saying he spoke to her and she was chilling at home with Ethan. From, you know, words from his mouth. I don't think he would mistake what night that was because he was in the area, wasn't he? He was seeing her sister. And hi, Becky, nice to see you. I just feel that Xana's father must be correct. You know, I don't feel that because I think it was Xana's sister's parents' weekend. Am I correct? And he'd actually gone to see his sister and had not seen Xana that weekend and got a call from the sister and he drove back. So how would he get it? Hey, welcome. Nice to see you. Oh, is the dog freaking out? You know, so yeah. Oh, it was around midnight. But I'm sure I put in one of my videos. Sorry, my dog is sneezing. I'm sure he said it was midnight, wasn't it? But they'd been hanging out together at home eating pizza. But for a while, nobody saw them after 9 p.m. What's that, Shay? I don't know. Sorry, I don't know which bloke do you mean? Shouldn't be bringing that up. If you could clarify, that'd be great. Yeah, Full Tilt Boogie. That's a great name. I love that. Welcome. Great that you caught me live. My dog won't stop sneezing. What's going on, Doris? Bless her. Oh, right. You know, I have stopped watching JLR. I haven't. Those are two channels I don't really follow. I know they have a lot of fans. Hey, SRB, welcome. Nice to see you. I know a lot of people like what is said on those channels, but I think there's a lot of reaching that goes on, and there's a lot of. I don't find it easy to. Yes, that's great. Hey, welcome. Yes, correct. Right, let me see how I can put this. They put captions to things, okay? So you've got this audio that's bit hit and miss anyway. I'm really struggling to hear anything. And then they just put these captions up. Sorry to anyone who likes spirit boxes. I'm an open-minded person, but I don't buy those personally. That's just my opinion. But, you know, I did give them a chance and I watched a few of them. And all these captions come up and I think, how did you get that? I don't hear any of that. I think that goes on with one of those channels that you mentioned. There's a lot of captions coming up. I'm thinking, really, I don't hear it. Even with earbuds, I don't hear it. But of course, when you look at the screen and someone's feeding that to you, you think, oh, right, okay, yes, I think I can hear that. If you took the captions away, if people stopped putting captions to it, I don't think most of the people would hear what they hear. Do you know what I'm saying? That's my problem with some of that. And JLI is a bit of a presumed guilty until proven innocent in my eyes, and I struggle with anyone who does that. Hi Rach, Lady Speedwell, so nice to see you all. Christopher, welcome. I'm going to read that. What's that? Ellie continues to push the 12 times he pinged in the 1122 area, which obviously there would be if he drives and shops. Exactly. In fact, I had a really great email from one of my followers, which I will bring up at some point. I need to dig it out. And it was really interesting because she went to university there years ago, but knew the area quite well. And she said, actually, you know, the shopping is better. And she made it really feasible that he would go where the fast food restaurants were, or, you know, where the Walmart was. All of that was a lot easier in Moscow than Pullman. So she said it does actually make sense. And the other thing she brought up, if you're here, I can't remember who sent it to me. Tommy, hello. The shopping, she said, was better. And she also reiterated about that football game that weekend. And can you imagine how many people came into that area and could have just left and they've never been seen or heard of again? Somebody could have come into that town or city. It's a town, surely. It doesn't look big enough to be a city, but I'm not sure. Hey, Eddie, nice to see you. I just feel that so much has been overlooked. I think they got this white Elantra, focused on Brian, and that was it. The other suspect I had in my mind was that guy who were Moscow playing. The Vandals were playing that football team that weekend. And was it an LA one? Was it a California one? I can't remember who it was. Someone can put that out there if you can remember. He stab some people, and they were the people who were playing the Vandals that weekend. They were the team. I just wonder if they've really looked into him as well. Are you going to come up tonight, Tommy? You're going to join me? And Eddie, that'd be great. You can help me work out how to let people join. So yes, and those pings, you're right. How many other phones pinged in that area? How many people were near that house that night that they probably just didn't investigate? How can they have cleared all those people? I don't get it. I don't get it. Unless they actually, right, this is just spitballing. So let's take Jack D, for example, who said he was gaming and then asleep or asleep. Get information overload. I do wonder how you can prove that you were sleeping. How, say, spitballing, say it was Jack and he climbed out of his window and went to the house and came back and his housemates didn't know. How are law enforcement going to prove that he was in his room sleeping? I don't understand. And did they search? Did they look at their apartment? Did they check their cars out? Same with Jack S. You know, did they really deep dive into these people? They were the last people really to see them alive, as far as we know. We don't even know who was in the house. So I'm going to put a link up now. I got a bit used to this last night. So let's see if I can remember how to do this. And I'm going to try and see how I pin it. So bear with me, guys. No, I don't want to do that. Settings, I invite, that was the one. I'm going to copy this. I did see on here, guests can, if you have someone up on panel, they can share the live stream. But I think you have to upgrade, and I haven't upgraded yet. So there is the link. If anyone would like to come up and chat with me. Yeah, he is a pro. Tommy, you are a pro. I've got loads to catch up on Tommy's channel. I can't keep up with anyone. Good point, Tommy. Did they all know? I have come to the conclusion, this is my own conclusion, that nobody took a chance. Tommy! He's coming up. I'm so excited. Right, let's see if, do I just add to stage?
Yeah, girl. How you doing?
Oh, hey! As if
I
so good to see you.
Oh, let me.
Thank you so much for joining me.
There we go. I was getting like double echoey.
Did you have your YouTube going?
Yeah, I had to shut it down, right?
I'm so glad you've got a cigarette. I've got my vape.
How you doing, girl?
I'm all right.
You had the flu bug for a little while or something, didn't you?
I had COVID.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah,
oh,
COVID.
yes.
That was a weird one.
Yeah, I bet
and then my car broke down twice. I've had a really, really crap month, actually. So my week. So I'm hoping
nothing but getting better now.
Oh, I'm completely fine now. And I've had loads of small town crap to deal with this week as well. You know, there's troublemakers in the village. It's over the head now. It's over the head. Right. But now you make me want a cigarette. I do smoke sometimes.
I do too. I smoke all the time.
What I do, I'm one of those people now where I steal my brothers. I've quit smoking, as in I don't buy them anymore.
You just take your brothers, right?
Yeah. So I say, Rob, can I pitch a fag? So that's fine. I do buy him cigarettes back. So, where are you at, Tommy? Because I've got catching up to do on your channel. I did look now at Bubbly Waters. I think Jeff had put some more filters on the footage, and you can really see the truck quite clearly.
Right.
I find that that is one of the most suspicious things to me in this whole thing.
It is, yeah. And we have some video on it, and but we have a main one coming out. It's being put together right now.
Okay.
And it's going to be quite the video. It's going to be a boom, probably bigger than a boom. Yeah.
Yeah.
But it's all being put together right now. I did say something on my community page about it. The date and time hasn't been set yet. Because they have to proof watch it, and then I have to proof watch it yet. and then come up.
You have a whole team, do you, Tommy?
Yeah, I do.
Amazing.
Yeah.
God, you're so advanced.
Yeah, well, I don't know about that.
Yeah. Investigative team.
I have a good crew, yeah.
That's great.
And one main one, so yeah. Yeah.
Can you excuse me just 1 second, because I put my dishwasher on and it's getting really noisy. I'm going to go and turn it off.
Okay.
1 sec.
Nelly. So how you all doing out there? Oh, hey, Boogie. Chris, Sherry, Rach. Of course, I love you, girl. Lady. Sherry. Sherlock. Good to see you. Back crazy there. Yeah, Bobby.
Okay, that's done. That was really getting on my nerves. It was like buzzing in the background. Yeah, so you've got a big boom coming, and
we do. And I'm doing something later tonight, but just what I normally do. I'm sure you know, once in a while, and but that's nothing. The main thing is that we're waiting for that one, and then what I'll do after I get done proof watching it is, premiere it. You know what I mean? So it'll be in advance, a couple of days or a day or something like that. Yeah.
Is your team, are they people you've met online, or are they people around you?
Pretty much, yeah.
Brilliant.
They get introduced to me from other people usually.
Great. So you can trust them.
Yeah, and I got one that's just a bulldog. Yeah. And she's been working on this day and night. I don't even know how she can do it. And I put a lot of hours in, but nothing like her. So she's getting the credit for this. And it's going to be titled Karen's Story. And it's going to be the story from start to finish.
I would love to see that.
So,
I would love to see that. Are you still going with the drug? I mean, I'm quite happy to say.
It's hard to say on that one, because we don't have any proof. You know what I mean? I mean, there's little pieces of evidence that it could be, but I don't think that the kids were like dealing drugs or anything like that. I think that if anything, they were trying to do a setup in the house, like where the drug people want to use the house as a means of getting rid of their stuff. There could have been an argument about that or something like that. I just can't see those, any of those, the girls or Ethan involved in something like that. I just can't.
No, I don't either. I do wonder about the parents, though, if it was a message that way.
I've been talking to Kara, and I don't think that's
that's really enlightening.
Yeah, and I don't think that's there's involvement there either, even though it kind of can look like it.
Yeah.
I don't think there's anything involved there.
That's really interesting to hear, actually, because that was sort of in my thoughts, I suppose, that maybe somebody was sending a message, because they'd said something.
Well, that was my very first thoughts when I first got into this case. This is definitely a drug deal.
Yeah.
I've kind of gotten away from that a little bit.
Well, I saw your video and you said you were moving away from that, and I thought that was interesting. But I don't know about you, this case, I have a different thought every other day, basically. I think, oh God, could it be that? Could it be a love triangle that we don't know about, Could it be some, I always thought, I've said it before, but this, I told Adam everything. Was that a girl that was cheating on him? Was it, that Adam thing could be anything, couldn't it?
Kaylee dated one person between Jack and the time she was murdered. So, and that's going to come into play. That's going to come into play big, huge.
I mentioned this, I think it was on Harsh Reality's channel yesterday, might even have been this morning, and I thought, hang on, we were talking, I think he was talking about jealousy, and And I said something in my live yesterday where I thought, what's the sort of motive that would push such a disgusting crime? And I thought it's got to be deep hatred or jealousy or corruption, you know, those sort of feelings. I don't personally think it's a stalker at all.
Right. No, not at all.
But I did then think about Kaylee's date. And I thought, I wonder who that was. Yes, exactly, SRB. Hi. But apparently he didn't treat her very well.
And that will be revealed, yeah. He will be revealed.
Really, really? Oh my God. Did you say you haven't put a date on this yet, Tommy?
No, the date's not been set.
Okay. How are we all going to wait?
It's being pieced together right now. It's being pieced together. Okay. And then they have to proof watch it, send it to me. I'm going to proof watch it and, you know, try to do it as professional as I can. Where to interject, because it's going to come all in one video. So I'm going to have to know where to interject, you know, and proof watch it a couple of times probably. And then I'll come up with the StreamYard date. You know how it goes. Then you do the premiere thing, and yeah. And it's going to be called Karen's Story. So whenever you see Karen's Story, that's what it is.
Wow. I will get the popcorn. Although I shouldn't like saying that, actually. I'd say it, you know, to be lighthearted, but it's not. There's nothing really lighthearted about this at all.
No, there isn't. No. And
yeah.
It's actually a very disgusting thing that happened all the way around.
It's one of the last things I think about at night before I go to sleep.
That's not the time to think about it, girl.
I always tell you because it's so all-consuming, and I lie there, I think, oh my God, I think, can you imagine now if you open, and it does go through my head. I have to take a break then. I have to watch a comedy or something. Because
I took a break yesterday until like, I don't know, about midnight or so.
Yeah, it's so all-consuming, isn't it?
It is. It really is. Yeah. People don't realize how much time we spend on all this.
Oh gosh, I thought, oh, I'm going to start a channel. So I'm just going to see if my link is there in case Eddie wants to come up or anyone else. You're all welcome. I'm allowed up to 6 people apparently. And Tommy, you're my first ever guest.
Yeah, what's that? Oh, am I your first guest? All right,
yeah,
cool.
Yeah, cool. You're my first ever guest. Becky pointed that out, and I couldn't think of a better one. How do you pin comments? If I do that, oh no, I need to edit time out. Sorry, Eddie.
That's all right. Yeah, you did it.
So hang on.
SRB's is up there. See it? You just click on the comment.
So if I click on
whatever comment you want to click on. Oh, hey AR. Hey, how you doing, brother?
No, I know how to get the comments on.
He's a good one to get up here. I'd like to have him up here.
Yeah.
Jump up your AR.
I do. No, my point, how would I pin that to the top of my chat? There's a star there. Would that be it? Should I just press that and see what happens?
Well, you got it on your screen right now. You put Beyond the Pale there. You see it?
Yeah, just think there's one.
What are you trying to do?
You know when people say, "Oh, I'll pin the."
Oh, you got to have a different. You mean like the link? You did that with me.
Yeah, you know I've got the link there on the screen. You know sometimes you can.
Oh, you have to have another YouTube. Another tab up there with your YouTube with that account, with the account that you're using, Beyond the Pale's account.
Oh.
And then you do it there. I know it's a YouTube. It's sometimes kind of confusing because it's a combination of a YouTube and StreamYard. You have to post it in YouTube.
Oh.
You see what I'm saying?
I can pin it.
Yeah.
You know what? I'm just going to leave it there for now. I will just leave that be. I'll just put it up randomly. If anyone would like to come up, there it is. Look, I don't know how. I thought it would be easier than that.
Hey, Bianca. Been a while, girl.
Hey, Albert. Welcome. A.R. Hayes is here.
Yeah.
Great to see. I'm so touched you've all joined me. I thought I better all give you a bit of notice this week. I just kept jumping up. You know that moment you think, I'm just going to do it. I'm just going to do it now.
Yeah, you just got to do it.
Yeah.
Yeah, and get
So,
used to it. Yeah, I was scared the first time too. I was like, I don't know about this.
all the technical issues, isn't it? And then I thought, you know
Right,
what? They're all nice people. They're not going to freak out at me if I make a mistake.
right. And then you can click on the thing that says banners, and you can create banners
Yeah,
and
I've still
stuff
got
like
all of
that.
that.
You
So
can make it so they scroll on the bottom, or that they're like really big. You know,
I
because
did
you
do a
don't.
scrolly thing this week, but I'd love
Did you? All right,
I don't mind
scrolly
getting my
thing.
intro up. So I don't know. I'm just going to have to practice.
That is, let me see. Oh, I can't look because I'm not the host. But there's a thing, what is it called? It starts with the B, I think. Banners or something.
Yeah.
Or then you click on one of those and you can see where you can upload video clips.
Okay.
And then you upload your video, your intro onto that, onto where it says upload video clip.
Okay. Right. I'm going to have a play. I'm going to have a play.
Yeah, then you just click on that and it runs.
Yeah. Well, if anyone wants the link to come up, ask me and I'll pop it up again. So
Oh, do you have mods? Because they can do it.
God, I have not.
Make Rach. Do you mind or what? She's one of my mods.
I tell you what, I don't know. Do I need them yet? Because I don't have enough.
Rach is a really good mod. She's a very good person and a really good mod.
Well, if anyone would like to be my mod, you are more than welcome. I will feel incredibly important if I have mods, I can tell you.
Then what you have to do though, then you have to bring up a YouTube again with the Beyond the Pale, right?
Yeah.
And then you look at the chat, and then there's like 3 little things, those little dots off to the side. Yeah. Then you click on that and you make them a mod.
And you have to do that on YouTube.
Boogie.
Mod squads, that'd be me. Oh no, Rach, no. I just didn't think I needed them, but I would love you to be a mod.
Yeah, she just doesn't know how to do that yet, Rach.
Yeah. Do you feel really good now, Tommy?
Yeah. Oh, you're awesome, Rach. You're awesome.
So if I get my Beyond the Pale up now, I'm going to go all echoey, aren't I?
But yeah, it would be good if you're gonna, especially if you're gonna run chats like this. You're gonna need it's gonna get bigger and bigger and bigger, and you're gonna need mods. Trust me on this one, because there's some not very nice people out there.
I blocked one already, only one,
right?
And that was so easy.
It will get more. Trust me.
Really horrible people out there, aren't they?
Right.
I have to say, I only started this channel when I felt I could handle that. And it took me a long time because people would really upset me in the comments and things. I think, oh God, can I handle this? You know, and after getting into YouTube for a while, I just thought, yeah, I can now. I can. I think it was harsh.
I think I have over 10 mods. So I mean,
yeah,
I got quite a few. Yeah.
See, I don't even.
And Rach is one of the main ones. So yeah, she's a good one.
Oh, brilliant! It is, isn't it, Albert? It's just like what? What? Do you remember that stream you did, Tommy? And you're like, Rory, where are you?
Right. Hey, we're gonna get you up and running too, AR.
Yeah. That was fun. I think Rory was on location, wasn't he? He's like, Rory, come back.
Right. Yeah. Well, yeah, there's some confusing issues there, especially when it's a combination of YouTube and StreamYard. So that's what you got kind of get used to.
Okay, so my dog's sneezing all the time tonight. So bear with me a second. You chat for a sec, Tommy. Entertain the guests.
I don't know what but yeah, okay.
Okay, hang on. Right.
Yeah, that's what I'm trying to do, Boogie. Yeah, she has to bring up all she has to do is make another tab and then go to YouTube.
Oh my God, the dog won't stop sneezing. Right.
Yeah, just bring up another tab and then
and
then go to YouTube.
Yeah, so it's as if I'm watching.
Yeah, you'll have to quiet. You can stop that one. The new one. You can actually stop the video, so it's not. Right, so you're not hearing both of them. You know what I mean? Okay. That'd be good, AR. Yeah, that'd be real good. So do you see now where the chat is? Oh, you're muted. You're muted. Nelly, you're muted. That's another thing you got to get used to. You're muted. There you go. There you go. You were muted. Yeah.
I just added Rach, I think.
Well, yeah.
I didn't want to, I should have perhaps, I wanted to get rid of the echo.
Okay. So when you go to that other YouTube now, just go find Rach. Rach, say something. So it's right down at the bottom.
Oh, this is crazy.
Yeah, no, but once you learn it, then you'll be all right.
Have you got that, Rach? Did you? I invited you as a management mod, and I saw a pin comment as well.
Are you a mod, Rach?
Oh, the suspense.
Let me look here.
I'm sorry, guys. It's turning into.
Let me see it. Yeah, Rachel's a mod now. You did it. Yep,
oh my God, thank you, Rachel. My first mod.
And they'll be in blue. They'll be in blue. You see how her name is in blue?
Right. So if I do, oh my gosh. Oh, do you know, my dog keeps barking at the door at the back, and it's quite freaky. So
so anyway, that's how you do it.
Brilliant. Yeah. So if I do this, hang on. If I do that, and now I do yes. See, my message is pinned at the top now.
Right.
That's amazing.
Oh,
Thank you so much to me. That's brilliant. Yeah.
That'll help you. Just remember, sometimes the problems are between YouTube and StreamYard.
I actually didn't realize that I should have a tab up with this on.
Right.
I was just doing it through StreamYard the whole time.
Yep, I did the same exact thing.
Okay. Because then how do you stop the echo and things? It's like
and you already taught me.
This is why I didn't want to go live. I was scared of all this stuff. Right. Hello, hi, welcome. Great to see you. Anyone who wants to be a mod, I can do it now. And you are more than welcome. And thank you, Rach. That's amazing. I've got a mod and a guest. This is so exciting. And I have pinned my link to come up and join us if you would like to. It's at the top of the chat, because I know how to do that now.
See if it is on. Okay, I got to. I'm going to check on this quick. Make sure it's right. Oh, yeah. Yep, you got it. Yep. All right, cool. Yep,
oh, my gosh. This is great. Thank you.
Yeah. So what do you think of the case, girl? What do you think is, and you got anything new coming up?
You mean aside from Idaho 4? Or do you mean about
the Idaho 4? Yeah, that's the only case I'm on right now. Until it's
over. I have to say it's really difficult to concentrate on other things, because then if you really want to look at things properly, you end up skimming across the lot, and then you miss things. And I've missed a few things on Idaho 4 recently, because I thought I'd look at some other cases. So I looked at the John O'Keefe case with, is it Karen Reed? She run over him or not. I'm quite interested in Delphi and Gilgo Beach, but I sort of dip in and out of those. But all I've caught so far, Tommy, and you might be able to answer this, is that I haven't watched the video on Lana's channel, but it said something like Cara there was a warrant out for her arrest for speaking. Is that correct?
Well, no, and I talked to Cara, and I think it's been taken care of through her PO. Some miscommunication there.
Okay.
So yeah, and I'm hoping to have her on a show.
That would be amazing.
So yeah, that's what I'm hoping for.
I really feel for her, because
me too. Yeah, so do I.
Genuine issues. Who are we to judge? And she's lost her daughter, and I think there's a lot of people who are perhaps not as sympathetic as they should be.
No, they attack her all the time, you know, and it makes me sick. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Oh, that's interesting. Lana's dropping bombs tonight. Okay. That'll be it is
Yeah, it was Becky, yeah. And it was an old warrant. And from what I've gathered from talking to her, that it was handled, but now she was a little bit worried. She was going, was there a miscommunication? She was going to go check on that.
Okay.
I do believe so.
Oh gosh.
But the PO knows, you know, he's going to fight for her on it, actually. So
okay, cool.
Yeah, which is you know, if you have your PO, they usually will listen to the PO. So
okay.
Yeah, but she might have to go in front of a judge,
right?
I mean, because the bench warrant has been issued. So
okay,
she might have to go in front of a judge.
Right.
Yeah.
I won't ask you more questions about Cara because I'm sure it'll all be in your video. But when your video comes out, I'd love to know her thoughts on Demetrius and Emma. See if she had.
Yeah, I don't think the video is going to get into Cara much at all.
Okay.
You know, because she has a lot of questions. And we know what those answers are, but we have not gone over those answers with her.
Right.
Okay. And so that will be done. And I'm hoping, I want her to see that, I want her to see that video first.
Yeah.
Before we have her on. Because I want her to see, because we're gonna show characters and everything. We're gonna show everybody that's involved in this.
Yeah.
So it's going to be quite amazing.
Yeah.
And we'll have, you know, evidence to support it.
Okay. Wow. Sorry, Estrella. It was Cara's daughter, as in Zana. I thought she's just lost her daughter, but has these issues as well, and people tend not to have sympathy, as much sympathy for her, because she's trying to sort her own life out too. Oh, Kerry Louise, thank you so much. That's fantastic. Thank you so much for joining. That's really kind. But yeah, you know.
Well, see, you got that down. I don't even have that down, do I, people?
I've just sorted that out, you see. I just sorted that out. I had to think hard about what I was going to offer people, but oh, Becky, just quickly, I have not checked my emails. I will do it later tonight.
Oh boy,
to check. Sorry about
behind you.
Yeah, it's so difficult, isn't it? I don't think
people
realize how time-consuming.
I mean, just to go through my emails and to go and try to go through all the comments on the videos and on the community. It's that right there alone. It takes me hours to go through my my emails. Hours.
Yeah. And of course, if your email's anything like mine, you've got to get rid of the junk first as well.
It's just, it's really crazy. It really is.
Yes.
A lot of hours. Yeah, it takes over your life. It takes over your life.
And it's been all right. I say it's been all right recently, but I'm more motivated if I'm working as well. So if I couldn't get to work because of COVID, then I couldn't get to work because my car broke down. I thought, I'm going to do loads on this.
Yeah.
But I didn't feel great with COVID anyway. But with the car, if I'm not working, I'm not as motivated. So I was kind of getting in a bit of a rut, you know, and thinking, I must do that. I must do that. And suddenly you're like, oh my God, 3 days has gone by. And then when you sit down, it takes hours, and editing videos.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
And then if you take a break, you know, which you have to do sometimes. And then when you take a break, when you go back, you've missed stuff.
Yeah. In fact, you know, maybe you could fill me in on some stuff with Idaho Fall, because I've sort of had a little binge on Christina Randall to just see what else is going on in the world.
Oh, I love her. Yeah.
Oh, she's awesome. Great. She's a character.
Right. She's been through some stuff.
She has.
Yeah. Right.
Yeah, definitely. And she does the nutshell, you know, this is it in a nutshell. I find her
Right.
non-judgmental. You know, she doesn't prejudge people. And
Right.
yeah, she's great. So I have a little binge with that, and then I go back to. But there's so many followers. I love too many creators now. Even if it's 5 of you, you think
I've had to stop on some. I just I won't name them or anything like that, but
no, I've had to.
I had to stop on some because it's just there's too many.
Yeah.
And I like finding those little channels.
Yes. Yeah. Yeah. Well, here we are, Tommy.
Right? I like finding those little channels. It seems they have a lot of good information.
Yeah, they do.
Well, that's how I found AR, you know. It's all of a sudden,
Yeah.
bam, he was there, and I was like, oh man, this is good. This is really good. This is, you know, I like this, you know.
Well, I met you, Tommy, on Dago's channel first.
Oh, right.
We did a live on Rory together, and then Albert came up on my algorithms. So it popped up a Convict Thoughts, and I thought, oh, that looks interesting. And it was the first one I watched was where he did the demonstration of taking his bloody clothes off. I was like, brilliant. You know, that's exactly just.
What's that? Say, did I hear that right? Say that again.
He didn't actually take his own clothes off. He was demonstrating what it would be like to
okay. All right. I was going to go, what?
Oh, it was an amazing video.
And I missed this.
I had a whale of a time watching that one. No, he just showed you
right
step by step.
You know, I think I do remember that now.
Yeah, it's in my community tab. It was really really cool. Jackie Bushnell, thank you so much for your super sticker. That was very, very kind of you. Thank you. Yeah, it was a great video, and oh, you must go and look at Albert's YouTube. It's really, I like life's characters and people who have tales to tell, who are, you know, good people, honest people, you know, there's no BS.
And I go into channels and I don't talk much. So a lot of times I won't say a word. You know what I mean? I just watch. And I actually, that's what I did with you. I just watched you for a while before I said anything.
Yeah.
And,
watch and judge.
Yeah, I just you know, wanted to see what your channel was about and stuff. And I was like, yeah, I do like this. I do like what she's doing.
Well, I was made up when you shared my video. You were the first one to share anything of mine. No.
Oh yeah, I did share that.
But yeah, it was brilliant.
Right. Yeah.
Of course, technicality. I couldn't find where the mentions were. You know, on your YouTube, it's like, I've been sitting there looking at comments, going through the comments, and it was a good few weeks before I found mentions.
You know what? I don't even know where that. I don't even keep track of it. So you know what I'm saying? I don't. They could be talking all kinds of crap. I would know. I found one, I think.
Well, I found it and then I forgot where it was again. And actually, I had sort of someone doing some weird stuff with mentioning me, and I thought, I'm not sure I'm going to look at that too often. So if anyone shares in a good way, thank you very much. But I had a bit of a weirdo. I still can't work it out.
There's a lot of them out there. Yeah.
So yeah, is there anything new you've heard at the moment, Tommy? Apart from, I know you've probably got loads, but you know, I'm just thinking.
Yeah, I don't know what's new to you. I don't know what's new to you, and then I got to be careful what I'm saying of what's coming out. So, yeah, there's probably a lot I could say, but I don't know where I can go. I don't know where I can go right now. I don't want to piss somebody off.
No, absolutely not. No, I completely agree with that. I think the way I'm going with the case, I personally believe, you know, your mind's been going through all this stuff for such a long time, and I've come to the conclusion, my own conclusion, that nobody drove around that neighborhood hoping that a door was open. I've discarded that. So that
right, yeah, that's not no.
there's no sign of a break-in. So
Mm.
that leaves someone knew the code, someone was already in there, or someone was let in.
Yeah.
That's one thing I've sorted out in my mind. It still leaves 3 options, but it still tells me it's someone they knew.
Yep, it's very close by.
So it works hand in hand, you know. So they either
Yeah.
knew the code. I think
Yeah.
it was Albert actually who said that he would have gone in through the front door.
Yep.
And then I
Yep.
thought, well,
Walked right in the front door.
yeah. So it's either let in or code, because I still don't think they would have winged it. You know, I don't think they'd have just tried
No.
all, you know.
No.
So I think, yeah, we could narrow it down to that, in my
It was
opinion.
actually pretty well planned.
Yeah, I think so.
Mhm.
That's exactly what I think.
Yeah. Pretty well planned.
I'm leaning with. I've always thought the frats or the sororities or a mixture of both. I agree, Eddie. Someone that was I mean, didn't
Big smile.
Gonsalves's said at the beginning that Kaylee's mum said immediately that she felt it had to be someone they knew, and we all agreed with that. And all of a sudden, we've gone off this way to a complete rando,
right,
who happened to be at another university, who's doing a PhD, who happened to be driving around the area. I can't find a motive. I really can't. I can't.
Nope.
There's no link. There's no DNA.
And there's no motive. There's no motive with him.
No,
zero.
I agree.
Nothing.
I completely agree.
And they don't have a lot of. They're scrambling because they really don't have a lot on him.
No, I picked that up,
and yeah, they realize that. They know they have nothing.
Yeah, well, look at Santa in the courtroom when he stood up and he's like, "They can't have it if we don't have it," and that just said it all to me.
Right.
You know, that really just said it all. I thought, yeah, they don't actually have it. That's why the defense, in my opinion, have to keep asking for this information, this evidence, this chain of custody, but they don't have it.
Right. That pretty much exactly says it all right there.
So those are the sort of conclusions I'm coming to. I don't like the grub truck still. I don't like what went on at the grub truck. And the biggest one for me is the figures running on the Bamfield. Even above Linda Lane for me, those figures running on the Bamfields.
Just remember that. Do you remember when the Jack of Spades went like this? At the grub truck?
Yes. With the
you just keep that in mind.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. That's
you do know who he was doing that to, right?
It wasn't it the guy with the black vest, muscle vest guy. Okay. Oh, I watched that grub truck footage.
Right. So, I know. It's like etched in my brain, man.
Yeah. I have to say, it's weird though, because I watched it many times, and for a long time I never liked that 3:30 a.m. Venmo, all of that stuff, and the Venmo, the links there were just more than coincidence.
And you know what gets to me, girl, is that they're so brazen that they think that they can get away with this, and that they're going to shove this down everybody's throat. And yeah, I mean, there's too many intelligent people out there that they're not going to be able to pull this off. They're just not going to be able to. And I'll fight tooth and nail for this. I will. They don't even know what they're up against. They really don't. Okay. In the YouTube community, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And people need to come out with guns a-blazing, you know?
Yeah.
And that's what has to be done.
Yeah. It's weird with that grub truck, because I watched it, and everyone was looking at, you know, Jack of Spades and Joe and all of those, and that's fine. But while I was too busy looking at all of that, I was missing. It was weeks before
There's
I realized.
so much going on there.
I did not realize it was. I can't remember her name. She's got a great channel. Funnily enough, I haven't seen her stuff for ages. She pointed out something noir. Oh, it'll come to me. Anyway, she pointed out, suddenly I was watching her video and it was like, good golly, Miss Molly. And I was kind of like, what? And then I'd done all this research on that person and the other sorority sister that was there at the grub truck. I'd watched that grub truck video so many times. I had not even realized that those people were there at the truck.
And you can watch it. You can watch it 100 times and not know it. And then all of a sudden it clicks. Oh, that's who it is.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. I was like,
that's like we cleared somebody. And then it comes out we shouldn't have cleared them.
Well, I'll be honest. I know. I know.
Mm-hmm.
I have to say, I got chills when the penny dropped that all this research I'd done on these sorority sisters because I didn't like those Venmo payments and other stuff because I looked into their Facebooks, their Instagrams. I looked at is it Alpha Phi or Alpha Phi? I never quite know how to say it. I looked at Alpha Phi.
Alpha Chi or whatever.
Alpha Phi. I looked on the Facebook tribute page after it had happened. Now, those two sorority sisters I'm talking about who sent
Alpha Phi, right? Yeah.
The 3:30 a.m. Venmo. I started thinking. I thought, well, what are the chances that this white car enters the area at 3:29? Right. And the Venmo was captioned 3:30 a.m. So I thought that was a bit odd. Then I started looking into the Instagram and discovered she had been Kaylee's little.
Right.
Then you see at the grub truck, they're not talking. They're obviously ignoring each other. Maddie's looking over at that group quite a lot. You can tell there's tension between them. There was a Facebook tribute by Alpha Phi. And I went through all the comments and neither of those two girls commented. There was no tribute, no nothing. And they're on this kind of, I don't know what you call it in Greek life, but they're on the board or whatever you call it. One's a marketing executive, they're quite high up in the Alpha Phi sorority and no comments, no tribute, no nothing.
Right.
And I just thought, so they are.
And what does common sense tell you? Right.
Yeah.
Right. And that's what it takes in this case. Is it all goes back to common sense. You know?
Yeah, exactly.
And I think people get away from the common sense of it.
Well, I'm just shocked how many people believe what they're fed. You know, if someone's got a badge on, they just well, we must believe the authority. And there's bent cops everywhere. You know, anyone can commit a crime.
Yeah, especially in that town.
yeah, gosh. I don't think Buddy was the little dog was an isolated incident. It's just the way law enforcement dismissed it. Oh, we don't think it's related, but you haven't got a suspect.
I will say this much. When this first went down and before I had a channel or before I even knew Rory or anything, the day it happened and I found out, I said, a hunter did this. Somebody that's a hunter did this. Okay. And I was dead on. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah. Can I invite Vic?
And I'm going to tell you this, Brian is not a hunter.
No, I don't think so either. Yeah.
Okay, you got to shut down the other.
Brian is not a hunter.
No, he's not a hunter. No, not at all. Who is that? Is that AR?
No, this is Vix. Vix Logic. I
Oh,
think you need
okay.
to turn your YouTube off, your channel off, Vix. You've got
Yeah,
an
you need to shut down that other YouTube and
Okay.
otherwise you get the
Hello.
echo thing.
All right. Hello, darling. How are you?
So happy to see you up here. Have you met Tommy before? Have you been on panel with Tommy?
No, he's a bit gorgeous.
Nice to meet you.
No, I do like him. Wait,
Who wouldn't like
am
Tommy?
do I sound okay? I've
Yes.
turned off my background now.
Yes.
Is that good?
You sound
Good.
great.
Yeah. No, I'm here for support.
Pebbles!
I've literally just come in on the convo. Don't know where you're at, but I'm just glad to be here.
Oh, I'm so glad you're here. This is great.
And congratulations, you're doing a great job. I didn't catch last night's because of course I was out. But
Yeah,
lovely to see you, because I thought, oh, she won't be doing a Sunday, but there you are. And yeah, lovely. Anyway, I'm gonna sit back and join in if I need to, because I'm not sure where you're at.
Well, we were just
I'll
talking about actually the frats and the sororities and our suspicions, I suppose, in a nutshell. You know,
okay.
Those 3:50 a.m. Ben.
Pebbles is one of my main mods too, and I'm sure she wouldn't mind you adding her at all either. Right?
Well, yeah, come on. Pebbles.
Anybody who'd like to be my mod, just say.
Nellie's one of my favorites. So.
Oh,
don't say that. Rach is in the house. Come on. No, honestly, they might be thinking, Tommy, shut up. I don't want to be a mod. I don't want to be another mod.
No, she'll be fine.
Oh, okay, Pebbles, you're coming up.
See, I told you.
I will add you. Thank you so much. That would be amazing. I love this. It's very exciting.
Gained you a couple mods in a way, and that'll help. Trust me.
Really,
you don't have to worry about chat. You don't have to worry about chat now. You know what I'm saying? You don't have to worry about it at all.
Okay, so do I just do managing moderators? That's probably better, isn't it?
Yeah, you just And if you want to chat, that's fine. But I mean, they'll take care of any nasty stuff or anything like that.
Amazing.
So, yeah.
Oh, I've made it now. I feel really excited.
Right, Pebs, exactly.
Thank you, Pebbles. That's amazing. I'm delighted. Thank you.
And she's got a sense of humor too. You will. You'll see.
So when you do a live, then Tommy, do I send out notifications? I won't get too technical, guys.
Well, most people, if they like your channel, they have you on notifications.
There we go. I mean, I'm just
the mods, they just jump on it. They'll just be there. Trust me.
There we are.
If you do like a premiere, and they see that it's coming up, they'll just be there. Trust me.
Brilliant. Okay, thank you. There we are. I won't bore everyone with more technicalities, but I'd love SRB.
She's got to learn, though. She's got to learn. So, and you know what? The people are very patient. So I know most of these people in here, and they're very good people. So you have a real good clientele here, yeah.
Brilliant. Well, I've got SRB too now. Thank you. You don't have to be here on Sundays.
Yep, she's good too. Yep.
Oh, I'm made up. Thank you. So yeah, I don't know. Does anyone else want to bring up, this stuff that we're talking about? It's so complicated, don't you find?
What happened to Vicky? She leave?
Vic, she's gone.
Yeah.
I can't see her in chat either. I reckon there's a connect.
Yeah, it must be a connection issue.
Yeah,
she'll be back. Just keep an eye on your backstage.
Yeah, I will. You have to have that. That's private. Oh, she's back. She's back. So let's get Vic back up here. Oh, I don't know what I've done now.
Oh, it's me.
There we go.
Check out my avatar. It's now beige.
We're not talking about Lucy Letby.
There's things going on. I don't know how I existed 10 years ago, but look, I've got a beige avatar. But
Are you from
no,
over across the ocean too, Vicky?
sometimes, yeah, I've been
Oh,
across a
sometimes. Okay.
lot, yeah, a lot of oceans. I'm back from the Southern Ocean down
Okay.
in Australia. Yeah, been back
Oh, okay.
a
Down
little
under,
while.
right?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Lovely, lovely place. I got a bit emotional because my son sent us. Sorry, it's going off topic, but look, let's celebrate life. But my son weren't talking to
Yeah.
me for a little while because I didn't call his wife anything actually. All I did was shout at her, and my daughter grasped me up. Like, not, I didn't shout at her. My my daughter-in-law shouted at my son because he was vacuuming, and I know that in UK we say hoovering.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I was staying with him for a few weeks because he was getting married, etc. And I happened to let my daughter know, and it became like a big gaslight, etc. And I tell you what, sometimes don't you hate your kids? So he had his wife had this gorgeous baby, and he was born in August, and yeah, I'm thrilled to bits. But because of what she passed on, it was like, wow, no, it weren't like that. Like, she was probably like Chelsea N. She's a cute little Australian girl who is so quiet, and suddenly she just come out of her and just like
Your
shed
shell.
end. Oi! Oi! Because he put the vacuum cleaner on. I was just observing, and I only saw the humour in it. I've been married. Oh, I was married a long time, and I was being observant. Of course, I expressed this to my daughter, and it all got in the washing machine. And oh, anyway, he's just sent me about 30 or 40 pictures and videos, and it's his birthday, and we're all friends, and so I got a bit. Yeah, it's all good because it was weighing on me, and yeah, there he goes
Sound
again.
like a
More
car horn.
photos. Yeah, he really has. So I'm feeling good. And
I'm glad. That's
like
good. Also,
when you think, yeah, when you think about where kids are and what they're doing, and obviously I left him in Australia. I don't see him as much as okay, that was my choice, you know. But it's lovely seeing him do so well, and the fact that he still loves me, because I really, here we go, off he goes. There's more. Yeah, I'm loving it. I had to even play. I got really. I'm a bit dramatic because I had to have Adagio over strings, and then I put
I
on
love that.
Vivaldi. Well, he sent me 45 photos. I'm going to make a moment of it.
Yeah.
So yeah, I got backed up because it was a bit sparse when the baby was born. But being a mum, I suppose, is pretty tricky because we all get the blame for whatever.
I
And
don't know about
dads
that.
do what
Dads get the
dads.
blame
Yeah,
too.
I knew you. Yeah, no, I could do that. I don't know him, so that's all right with me. It makes me a bit of a bother.
I raised 3 of mine. So
What, by yourself? Oh wow. Hmm. No, that's it. And with these families, you know, you watch them um go off into the world and think everything's safe, and it's just so
Oh,
amazing, and that's what I mean. And so the little spat I'd have, my daughter-in-law, I didn't have a spat. Look, I didn't get to know her long enough. And so how can I, but when you protect your son over a woman and a vacuum cleaner, I'm
oh,
going to go with my son, you know. But when you think of these parents, and all of them, not just There's a lot of parents involved, step parents, and not all of them are that squeaky, if you get me. And you wonder, don't you wonder whether people will hurt other people just because you're not coming through? Yeah, I don't know.
It is a worrying world. I can't imagine what these parents are going through.
No.
It's interesting, I think, with Idaho 4 to see how each set of parents are handling things differently. You know, it's
yes, yeah.
You know, I know that Ethan's parents are taking some flack from some, you know, because they're doing, I think, some crime conventions and things like that. And then you've got the Consalvases who are really passionate. And
I was surprised with that. Like, everything was like, no, we're not going to be involved. We're not going to, you know, the whole court case thing. And then suddenly.
Yeah. Oh, she's gone. She's gone. My StreamYard kept freezing last night. So if I suddenly freeze, I will be back as soon as I can.
Yeah, that kind of stuff happens with StreamYard.
Yeah. But yeah, going back to the case, you know, it is, I kind of completely understand where the Gonsalveses are coming from. That's what I'd be like. But I understand others just,
right.
I just think they're probably in the dark and they're banging their heads against a brick wall. All of them.
Yeah. Yeah. And that's crazy. Like I said, they think they can get away with all this. You know, and it's so brazen. And what happened to those kids is just so brazen too. It's just like they don't care about the law over there. And it's like even the people that are supposed to be caring about the law are shady.
Yeah. With the law, Tommy, do you have any, just your personal opinion? Are you suspicious of any of the cops? Because I am.
Yes.
Okay,
yes.
That's interesting.
Very much so.
Yeah, I think there's one or two, if not more, involved.
Yep. No doubt in my mind.
I didn't like that noise complaint that wasn't a noise complaint at all.
Right.
So I think we're probably thinking along completely the same lines.
Yeah, we are. Yep.
Yeah. Which is where I was at the beginning, really. So
it's kind of come back around.
Yeah, circles.
Yep. It's kind of come back around.
Yeah.
No doubt about it. Pebbles, I can't find what you emailed me because it's buried. I got to go through pages, so I will send you my number when I find your email.
If anyone would like to come up, Rick's back, and if anyone would like to come up, the link is pinned at the top.
Yeah, I kind of thought maybe AR would come up, but
Pardon?
AR.
Yeah, I thought Albert was coming out. Has he gone? I just think I'm quite surprised if I've ever jumped on anyone's channel where I'm giving them another chance. You know, they're kind of all for Kohberger being guilty.
Right.
And I think, well, let's see what they've got to say now with this new piece of information or this new piece of information. They're still going around in this guilty narrative.
Right. Well, he might be involved.
Yeah.
I can tell you this: he didn't have a knife in his hand.
No.
He wasn't one of them. He wasn't one of them.
I don't believe that either.
No, not at all.
He seems to me, listen, I don't know the guy, but he seems a little bit meek and shy and lacking in confidence. I just can't imagine. I know this is good. Please don't judge me for this, but it goes through my head. You know, these kind of spoof shows or some film that's a bit horrific, but also a bit tongue in cheek. I just see him being a bumbling idiot in there.
The Addams family.
Yeah, I just see him having some sort of meltdown and not coping. I can't.
Yeah, I tell you, like he's very black and white. And a lot of people can't handle that
Oh,
kind
there's
of thing.
golf inspectors in here.
Yeah, I know. Would you like
She'll
to
come up. Yeah, she'll come up.
Links at the
Oh,
top.
it'd be nice to meet her. Yeah, it'd be lovely.
To chat
I
with.
love listening to her.
Yes. Yeah. Oh, the spoof movies, I know they are good. But you know what I mean? I'm not trying to make this into a comedy. I just mean
No,
I
but
think
you might as well.
he'd be a
Darling.
spicy mess. You know, I think he'd just be.
You just what?
I think he'd be like a
total mess. Yeah, clumsy.
clumsy. That's the word.
Yeah.
Yeah, he'd be real clumsy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But because he's so sort of black and white, even he wouldn't find it like funny, if you like. It's like, how did I end up here? how the hell?
Right.
Because he's not your straightforward kind of guy, is he?
No, I think he has got some social awkwardness.
Yeah,
I don't think he would have the
OCD
anger.
is-
I don't think he would have the anger and rage that
No.
was shown. Like I said, and I said this right from the day I seen this. A hunter did this, and it's coming back around. It's coming back around. And
you think Hunter?
No,
okay, so you
Hunter. No, a hunter. Someone
someone that's a hunter that
knows.
A
hunter, okay.
That knows how to skin. That knows how to.
I agree.
To KILL. I mean, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
This was a hunter, and I'll stick by that right to the end.
I do think it's a little bit odd that was it Fry and Payne were. Oh, I just got chills when I heard they were at a meat cabin that night.
Yeah, like, hang on, we can't be there just checking the watches. I can't be there for at least 6 hours.
Exactly.
We'll come and inspect the scenes.
How can
we'll come and inspect?
Exactly. How can that not be sus that you're too?
Yeah. I'm busy.
At a meat cabin, and I can't get there till 4 hours after the night.
Busy. Killing and slicing. That's what I do.
Yeah, well, isn't it Payne who's a butcher? He's a butcher, isn't he?
Yeah.
That really gave me the creeps. I didn't sit right with me at all.
Well, it's bad form. I mean, if you're gonna turn up, even here, I'm not gonna. The police, I don't know what they're doing here at the moment, but they'll turn up. They'll turn up.
Hi.
Hello.
Hello.
Welcome.
Hi, Golf. Nice to meet you.
So good to see you, Nellie.
Isn't it?
I'm a big fan. I watch all your videos.
Same here. Yeah.
Thank you so much. I haven't done much this week. I am sorry. It's been a bit of a week, but I'm back on it next week. That's why I'm coming up live, because I thought I can't just stay away. I'm going to come and speak to you guys. I'm honoured that you've all come up on my panel. Thank you so much.
Of course. I just joined, so I don't know the topic of the conversation.
We're kind of going all over.
Yeah.
I come in late, Golf. I gave everyone a life story, and here I am, and I've checked out twice because I keep, I don't know how to use a phone. Anyway.
You're here now.
Glad to meet you. Glad to meet you.
Glad to meet you too.
Well, what we're just saying is about Tommy said it's a hunter, not hunter.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's my belief.
I think he's right. I agree with that. Or someone said it might have been Sherry or military. And I'm sorry, this is all alleged. This is just my opinion, just covering my ass. I think, I'm sorry, Payne gives me the creeps. He's ex-military and he's a hunter. And he was at the meat cabin that night and took 4 hours to get there. I don't know.
There's many hunters in Idaho.
Yeah, true. Very true.
Yep.
But I'm not. I don't like the way he's behaving.
I don't appreciate wolf killers, but I don't think that makes him sus in my world. But I just don't appreciate him killing wolves. I
No.
can say that.
No, we banned, didn't we, Nelly? We banned fox hunting.
Yeah, I can't go there. I hate it. I can't talk
Yeah.
about it.
No, exactly. But I put out my bins. I live in London, and we have a meeting of eyes. It's like, yeah, and they're everywhere now, like rabbits, or cats, if you like,
Rabbit
or
foxes,
ferrets.
I love
Doodle bug fart.
Everywhere.
I mean, I
Doodlebug fart. I love her.
don't like hunting, period. But some
No.
people do, and I'm very animal friendly, and I don't even eat
Same
animals most
here.
of the time.
Sure.
So I'm
I like my steaks. I like my steaks. I gotta
Yes.
admit.
I do like
up.
a nice
Yeah,
leg
I
of
am.
lamb, I'm afraid. Yeah.
Yeah. So anyway,
But I'm not a hunter. But I'm not a hunter.
yeah.
No,
Someone
we
else.
didn't kill it.
Someone else has to kill it because I ain't hunting it.
You're a grocery store
Um,
shopper.
I have an
Yeah.
AR. I have an AR and a shotgun by my bed, but I'm not a hunter. That's for protection.
Well, I don't think meat would taste very nice when you've got a bullet to get rid of while you're, especially
guys-
like in a stew or something. It's like, whoa.
But yeah, no, I agree. I
No.
think somebody who has training in what they're doing, because obviously yielding a knife over 4 people is not the
Right.
easiest thing.
No.
I couldn't even imagine how to start.
And I'll try to picture Brian.
I mean, I don't.
He's not a hunter. He's not a. You know what I mean? He couldn't even
even
flay a
fillet
fish.
Yeah, exactly. We couldn't even fillet a
Hey,
fish.
man.
Yeah, he got flayed from that, John, because he couldn't flay a fish.
So obviously, there's some
He was
sort of
15.
technique that goes into something like this.
Yeah, there is.
And from what we know, I mean, they used more than one weapon, it looks like. So
Yes.
and I am using plural, not by accident. They,
Right, They, right.
So
Yep.
Wow.
Yep, I agree. I got to go pretty soon here. So what is it? 11 after 6. Yeah, I'm gonna have to head out here pretty soon. But my kids are all hunters, and they keep my freezer full of venison, and you know what I mean. But I'm not a hunter. I haven't hunted in, holy crap, probably 40 years or something.
there's a certain difference. Like the Native Americans, they go out.
That's what it is.
Use every single piece of that animal. It's not like nothing goes to waste. And that's a different kind of hunt than trophy hunting and things like that, right?
They don't do that. They don't do that.
Yeah.
No, but there's a lot of politics in between, like the netting, because they net. But you know what? They go give fish to elders. They go, you know what I mean? And
fishing.
of course, my freezer's full of walleye right now.
So you're not a hunter, but you don't mind that the kids are. You can't complain. You're sorted for beef and stuff.
Right?
Yeah, I like my ribeyes. I love my ribeyes.
Yeah, no.
Yeah, I'm not
my son.
I look at it this way. I'm not a good hunter, hence I do not eat meat. So
yeah.
Oh, okay. You're vegetarian then?
No,
not
I eat
really.
meat, but I wouldn't dream of hunting a spinach or anything. I don't know. I know that there's lots of protein and that we survive like we always have on meat, but it's a choice. It's not anything. Yeah.
Right. Golf, are you a vegetarian though?
Not really, no. I mean, I can eat a piece of meat, but I choose not to. But I don't call myself a vegetarian.
Okay.
I look at it like if I'm unable to kill the animal, I shouldn't eat it. That's it.
Okay.
That's a good point. The thing is, in the supermarket, your mind, it's bad, but I kind of cut off a little bit.
Yeah.
But unlike you, I don't eat a lot of meat, but I will eat it.
Yeah, I mean, if it's there prepared, and I'll eat it. So I'm not a vegetarian, but I try not
to.
to.
Pebbles? Are you kidding?
Eggs are
She's from,
very vulnerable. Eggs
the
are
Red Sea.
vulnerable, but we're happy to.
That surprises me.
Yeah, protein is hard to come by. It's very important.
I love venison. That's probably my favorite meat. I love venison.
Mm.
Yeah.
Look at us all talking about
Hunting.
true crime, and now we're
Yeah,
on.
well, I gotta head out. So, and but golf is a good one to have here, and Vicky sounds like she's a good one to have here.
Yeah.
So.
Did I
you got head off, Tommy.
did I chase you out, Tommy?
No, you didn't. No,
Yeah,
I got
we
something going
did.
on. I got something going on here in a little while. So,
Oh, okay.
which actually, I'm probably Pebbles and Rach. I'm probably going to. And Joanne's here too. There's another one in my mouth. I'm probably going to.
Good to meet you,
I'm going to
Tommy.
make it a different time. I'm going to make it a little bit later. Just so you know. And what else did I want to say? Oh, fry bread. Yes, fry bread. I got some right over there. I made it last night.
Oh, that's so yummy.
She knows. She's from the res, man. She knows how.
Oh, I love fried bread.
Yeah, yeah. And I make pretty good fry bread.
Oof, it's my favorite. But yeah, going back to Koberger, yes.
Okay,
So
I gotta. I'm gonna head out. So you guys all take care. Love you all. Love you
Bye,
all.
Tommy.
You too.
Yeah,
see you soon, Tommy.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
I'm sorry, guys, I've frozen.
Oh,
Can you hear
no.
me? Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Bye, Tommy. Thank you.
Yep.
So much.
Yep. You bet.
Bye,
Now
Tommy.
anytime. Love you, girl.
Thank you so much, Tommy. Love you
Yep.
right back.
Yep.
But look at me. I'm not. Nobody's moving. Sorry,
No,
bear with
I'm
me.
bathed.
Oh, I've got the coloured spinny ball going round.
You're stuck.
Yeah. Well, if you am I moving? Can you see my? Am I looking normal to you?
No, you're stuck.
Ah, okay. I'm stuck. Oh God, this happened twice last night. So please bear with me.
You look very pensive.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
Slightly shocked. Oh my gosh.
One
Right.
might say beyond pale.
Well,
Yeah. Maybe that too. She's gone. She's gone very dark. Oh, come back.
I've gone black.
Yeah,
Oh,
you're back.
good.
Yeah, that's better.
Beyond
Yeah.
pale. That was very good.
Hang of that. We didn't
Oh,
mean to frighten
doing
you
this
away.
today. I think, oh, Becky, thank you so much. And that's amazing, guys. Thank you so much. I'm glad I caught sight of that. Now, my voice is coming after my mouth's moving. This is really bizarre. Is everyone here?
I can hear you.
Yep, you're there.
Okay, okay. See there, I'm moving my mouth. The voice follows like a second later.
Lag. Yeah. Maybe.
Wow, thank you. I'm going to shut down that for a sec, see if that works. Right, let's try that.
Oh, Pebbles.
That's so kind, Pebbles. Thank you so much. I think, yeah, I had to shut down my YouTube one. I think that was causing issues. So I don't know about that, Sherry. I'm back. I think I'm back. I was talking. I could see my mouth moving. There was nothing coming out. And then would come
Bit like
later. I was like, oh my God, what's going on? But our Pebbles is so kind of you. Someone's going to get a gift. Thank you. Thank you. I'm still in awe of all of this. You were all so kind. I honestly, I've said before, I'm never going to ask anyone for any money, but it's so appreciated. Thank you very, very much. Really exciting and kind of you. And God, I can't believe I've got mods and members. It's awesome. So thank you very much.
your passion, what it is, your passion nearly just shines through. It's
Oh,
it's real. Yeah, it's real.
oh,
We
thank
we like real. We like real.
Well, I do. The first live Pebbles, I was really nervous, and I jumped on. I jumped on last night, spur of the moment, and I really enjoyed it. And I'm really enjoying this. And I think once you get over the fact you can just be yourself, you don't have to be this kind of news reporter type person. You can just chill out with you great people. You think, God, you're actually just being. Oh, sorry, having
We're not all, are we? We're not all Fiona Bruce. We're really not.
No, she's a British broadcaster, by the way, guys. Yeah, so you do it. It's quite hard to be natural at first. You're a bit kind of wooden, and you're not being yourself. And then anyway, I'm more relaxed now. It's fine.
I think you're doing
That's really
fantastic.
good.
Oh, thank you so
Yeah,
much.
you're doing great.
So
Yeah,
lovely.
you're shining.
Well, you sort of I join other people's channels now and again, and you can be a bit more relaxed doing that. So
Yeah, and I don't show my face. That's another one, I just don't like doing it. I'm a private person. I don't have my own channel, so it's you hear my voice, and that's all that's needed, really. And I know a lot of people don't like that, but what difference does it really make? If I had my own channel, it would be probably different. I would want to, share myself, but I don't. So I don't.
Well, I think I struggled a bit with that because you're not always in the mood. Sometimes I did a live and didn't show my face last night, and it was fine. But with your own channel, you can't.
Yeah.
Not chat. I've actually stopped watching people with their own channels who absolutely never show their faces because there's no connection. There's no lives. I mean, I do watch creative videos, but if they're doing a live and it's their channel, I think they should try and introduce themselves. And we'd like to see people, but as guests, you do whatever you're comfortable with.
Yeah.
So it's great. I'm just a bit in awe of this. It's just amazing. So yes, well, let's get back to Coburger. I don't know. I actually haven't seen you on panel for a while. Have you got an abbreviate? Can I call you Golf? Do I say Golf Inspector General all the time?
You can call me whatever, Golfy or whatever. I don't care. It's fine. Yeah.
I don't really know your thoughts. I haven't seen you on panel for a little while, so it'd be great if you could sort of tell us what you think at the moment, where we're at with this.
Oh, yeah, that's a tough one, isn't it?
Yeah.
to wrap into a few words, but obviously there is more to this story than what we are led to believe. And we're talking a lot when we do Rory's show, for instance. It's a lot about the PCA and how it doesn't really make any sense whatsoever, and how utterly ridiculous it sounds, what they put together. So it's a lot of that.
Yeah.
What I think, and obviously I do not know the level of involvement Koberger would have had in this. I don't know. I know we know him for some reason. I know we know his name, and that reason, I believe, is that there was an informant early on. So if I look back and I think and really watch how everything went down from the beginning, I always had this feeling that day 3, when they first went out and did their first press conference, it took 3 days, right? And why would they take 3 days? Well, that's when they had their first name. And I believe that was Koberger. Somebody, and I'm not saying that person, and I have to say this, saw him. I'm saying it's one of those, somebody threw his name in the ring.
Sure, tip.
Exactly. And it's not the FBI. It's not the DNA tip. It's somebody else. So, and it's because probably somebody knew who he was from perhaps a pool party, let's say.
Okay, yeah.
I'm not going to throw names out there, but
I think that getting on that.
Sorry?
Yeah. Sorry to interrupt. No, you carry on. Sorry.
No, it's okay. So yeah, so that's my thought on it is they had him day 3. They knew his car, but they knew it as a Sonata or Sentra or whatever. And I know everybody speaks not so highly of Howard Bloom, but I think everything like he writes, some of it, not everything, but a lot of it in there, there's some truth to it. And I know he's got sources because he wouldn't do what he's doing unless he had sources. And he's got sources in the FBI, so I do believe some of it. And there was a lot of things in the beginning that sort of clicked for me. And one of the things were the Sonata, right?
Yeah.
And that's what they thought Kohberger's car was when they pulled him over in that pullover that we have from Washington State University.
Mm-hmm.
So, just putting those pieces together made me believe that they had his name early on. They've been tailing him since that day, of course, but not telling the public because they weren't sure. And they weren't sure about the timeline either because they had a timeline. They have a car model, which I think the FBI has the right car model. Like they did genuinely see the 2011, 2013, but they try to fit it into Kohberger. Yeah. So I think FBI didn't mess up on that part. They had the right car model, but they don't have the right guy, right?
Yeah.
So a lot of these things, and of course, the digital downloads of the surviving roommates' phones doesn't make sense because when they tell us that the time of the murders were between 3 and 4 up until Kohberger is arrested, they base that on the same premise, meaning the surviving roommates' phones before, right? So when did that change and why did that change? So there's a lot of these changes that took place just to fit a person to a crime, in my opinion.
Golf, you've given me absolute goosebumps when you said about really when they waited 3 days.
Yeah, we forget.
And I think you're totally right. They've had to work out, if like they were headless chickens. Because in my mind, I know that they know who done it and all of that, and they've got to cover up. And it's how are we going to do this? And it took them 3 days.
That's very unusual.
And wow.
Yeah, it's very unusual because usually they do a press conference the same day. Like you look at any crime out there, it's very like the same day they set up a press conference. This is what happened. But they waited 3 days, and that means something to me. And so they were just not confident enough until they had a name, is my opinion.
Until they could make it, and they've tried so hard. And the other thing is that, in my mind, they thought that they could make it fit. They could get him to wherever they needed to, and they were going to get a plea. And that is when, because like everyone else, I was like, oh, wow, that's the guy, is it? Oh, and everyone's not celebrating, but, police work has been done and look at how they go. And we would never have thought, because we'd all been looking at the grub truck and we'd had everyone involved. And could it be him? And which Jack is it going to be?
Yeah.
But, wow, 3 days to clear. Like if you look at the 3 days and you can look at the 8 hours. I mean, how long does it take to clean up? And then knowing what he's like, I mean, people go jogging. I'm not really a driver or a jogger, but somebody somewhere knew that he did that. And it's like, well, and someone knew he was a bit of a bollockake. He used to get on to kids about not good enough. No, that's not good enough. I don't care. I've had really good teachers in my lifetime that knew I was being lazy and they would pull me up. Like, that's not good enough. Go back, do it again. And if all these little, you know, I can't handle it, but
Yeah.
you've just hit the nail on the head. 3 days. It's a theme, isn't it? 8 hours. Now it's 3 days. They're going to put it on an outsider. He was in a, you know, make it fit, because if you don't, then we're all going to come down on you, because look, there's no, I believe it's cartel. I believe that runs the world. It
Yeah.
really does.
Well, if you look at the
Mhm.
the situation around this, is I genuinely
Mhm.
believe that the police thought they had the right guy. I really do. So
I do.
in a sense, I'm not faulting them. I think what they did was very hasty, but it had to do more with, like, you know, they had to, let's say, because of the university's pressure, you know, and so forth. But I really
Mhm.
think that what they thought was they were gonna arrest him and then they'll just find stuff, because I think
Yeah,
they
but
thought the tip was so genuinely good that, you know, that it had to be him.
yeah, but look at the jump. Look at the
Mm,
jump when they said it took place around 3
mhm,
a.m. and you watch where it jumped, and this is after the 3-day thing, and then suddenly it's all going to happen at 4:07.
mhm,
Everything happens, um, and then to change all again, because like you say, they were really enthusiastic
mhm.
about how they thought that, you know, it's a matter of time, and it's been going on a lot, and all of that. But no, somebody has put a stopper. No, it's not going to be us. You're going to make it work, and you better come back to us. I mean, it's proper Ozarks stuff.
Yeah.
And I know that it's all a bit, but yeah, I believe the same as you, that they really thought, but somebody else is churning, like making it all work. Somebody else is grinding the gears. I don't think that the police, LE or whatever, have a lot to say in the matter.
When you think about the 3 days and what they came up with after the 3 days, they just started
Mm,
clearing, announcing that they'd cleared all these
mm,
people.
Mhm,
mm,
You know, which is that was just truly bizarre to me. Even then, I thought, how can they
mm,
have properly investigated all of the
mm,
interviewed them and cleared them
mm.
in such a
Yeah.
short space of time? Didn't make sense at
And
all.
I'm like everyone else. I watch like the interrogation. Like, say for instance, anyone remember Redlick or Redlick? I think any domestic, which means you're in a house and someone dies. And that
Sorry.
woman, Redlick, didn't. She waited until the next day to call the police. And I can't believe how she got away with that. Matthew Moore, and the other one that gets me is the case with Porco, where he literally did exactly what they're trying to pin on. Oh, it gives me like they're trying to pin this on him. Whereas same thing, he was part of a fraternity. He said, I was there, um, and he went off for miles. They caught his car on camera. The only difference is they had the murder weapon, but no DNA.
Well, that's the only DNA
And
they've got, isn't it? On the sheath. That's it. There is no
yeah.
way.
The absolute reverse. And he's been away now for like 18 years and reckons he didn't do it. But I don't know. I mean, one of the quote survivors said, no, he done it. And then she went back on it and said, no, he didn't. Um, And it's the same thing, like, but they got him because what he was doing, he was paying, because it was miles and miles and miles. He went through tolls, and was paying cash and all of that. But unluckily for him, he didn't have a white Elantra. He had a nice big fat yellow Jeep. I mean, you couldn't make it up. So he'd been all the way through cameras. And it's again the opposite, because what we're doing here, we're making all these white Elantras stick to this bloke. Whereas, again, like I say, this guy's been away, he's trying to appeal. I don't think, I mean, the victims in mind were his parents. He axed them, and his mother, oh, I can't even, his mother lived to tell the tale. But obviously, a mother and her son, where you're going to say, well, no, he did it, and then renege. I mean, that is a survivor, if you're going to call it, if we're talking survivors. And so I keep trying to line up cases that have gone before, and that's what you do. You've got to set it down in law, and when they walk. And I don't know that this guy, if he's done it, then it's far too immaculate. We're talking James Bond, milk tray. I don't
Not
know.
really. We're talking someone who's a big fool.
No, I agree.
I mean, you can't have both. You can't be both like James Bond and an idiot at the same time. You either or,
You
right?
can't.
And
Yeah.
so
Yeah.
in my mind, it doesn't make any sense that a kid who goes to school and learns this, that's his curriculum. He's teaching this, for God's sakes, and he cannot do it like himself. He can't get that clear. Like, is the urge so big that he wasn't thinking? I mean, it's just beyond what I think is normal. So, and then you think about him. He grew up. He's got two sisters. He's like in a predominantly female environment where he grew up, in a loving, caring home. And so anybody saying like, oh, he's this woman hater, or incel or whatever, that's straight up bullshit.
Yeah. I agree with you, Golfie. Sorry, I was just going to say, I agree. I've always thought if it was Brian, he's got to be the dumbest criminal. If there was a dumbest criminal award, it would go to him.
Exactly.
I really, all these people who are like, of course it's him. I think, well, if you even use an ounce of logic, and you think, like you say, this guy is a PhD criminology student
and teacher,
yeah, and all of us here tonight, I know if we premeditated this sort of disgusting crime, we wouldn't think, do you know what, I'm going to drive there. And I'm going to get a little spin first. I'm going to drive past the cop shop. I'm going to have a little spin past the police station. It's okay. It's number plates, but hopefully they won't see the back one. And oh no, I brought my phone. I better turn it off. What are those cars out the front? Do you know what? I'm going to risk it anyway. And I don't know what to do with the big sheet. You know what? I like this sheet. I'm going to carry it in the sheath because it makes me feel, here comes Rambo. I don't know what to do with it now. I'll just hold on to it while I commit this crime. None of it makes sense to me.
No.
How am I going to get into the house? He wasn't watching the house. There's no way he was watching the house because he was driving around town.
Yeah,
and stealth is a good, like most perpetrators work on stealth, and it does go over not only some months but years. They're never going to be, they will make sure that they're out of sight, or don't make sense, that you'd go all guns blazing. Look at me! I'm gonna kill them. I'm gonna kill everybody. Now prove it. No, what a waste of time. Especially what your PhD. It's almost comical. It's
Yeah.
just it's too funny, ironic in a way.
For Brian or the families, because I don't believe they're getting justice at all. Not at all. I tell you, I listened to on another channel. Did any of you guys see those interviews with, I think it was William Nogueira? He's in San Quentin. He's been on death row for years. And when this case first came out, he was interviewed, and he has sat with the biggest serial killers for decades, including the Night Stalker, and there was another.
I watched the German guy. I think that's what got me.
No,
into
this
it.
is
Can't
William
think of his
Nogueira was
name.
actually interviewed, and
Okay.
he would interview serial killers in prison. He's a prisoner on death row, and he would interview other prisoners, and he was interested in what they did and how they did it. And he was talking about this case, and he said, without a doubt, of course he doesn't necessarily have the answer, but he said, without a doubt, he would be hiding at the back in the trees, and he would be watching. And he would have done it for pardon?
Stealth. That's it.
Yeah, sorry. I had a pause there.
Yeah, sorry.
Yeah, and that always made sense to me, that somebody, if it was that kind of perpetrator, a stalker type, they would be watching the house. They would be seeing that night. I mean, they would have been watching and seeing who went in, seeing how many people went in, how they would get in. They'd be, not driving around town, because whoever, if we're to believe law enforcement, that white car didn't even know where to park. And yet he was supposed to have stalked them for 12 weeks. He's driving back and forth, he's doing 3-point turns. If he had been stalking them, he'd have a better plan, in my opinion.
I mean,
it was weird, wasn't it, when they announced the car? Yeah, we have a car, and everyone was like, and I don't suppose anyone was really expecting it, but we went along with it, and it's like, oh, they have a car, and everything is very digital and very trying to make it work. And I'm not saying that it's not a possibility, but it really seems implausible to, especially with all the politics that goes on, within these frats, etc. And when you look at the cartel, you know how vicious, and everyone says, oh, well, they don't leave victims. They don't leave anyone on. Yeah, they do. Yes, they do. Because they own them next. And you say anything and you're next. Well, funny enough, 2 people disappeared off the planet. And so no one can say a word now.
Well, the cartel is very personal, if anything.
Absolutely. Yeah,
and they go hard.
They do a good job.
Oh, yeah. And anybody saying, no, they would shoot them. No, they wouldn't.
No,
they wouldn't.
Right.
So, yes, I mean, I don't know if this is cartel. I can't say that. I really don't know. But what I think whoever did it is resting comfortably right now.
Yep.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. They wouldn't be worrying. Yeah, we've got Hamas living in a council flat in London. Sorry, I didn't mean to, but they really just are so detached. I mean, they are the minions for the money. They are the minions for what has to happen. And drugs, it's a big industry. And it's, that's how they roll.
And there was certainly a tie to drugs in the house with kids who we know sold it. So that's pretty provable because there's even a video, body cam footage showing that that person was on site and that person got caught for, in Washington for killing someone with drugs. So we know that that happened. That's a fact. And we also know, thanks to Howard Bloom again, that the state, or the what is it called, the Idaho State Police, use these kids as informants. They bargain with them as informants. And what do they do with them? They just release them to the streets, right? There is no protection, nothing. So these are facts.
Well, it's grooming. It's what we call it here is they're called roadies. Like they have a bike and they're off. Everything is, it's almost like Deliveroo, but and it's an industry and it's from the top down. So yeah, I believe that it's that simple. And when you need to find the person, that make sure he's got a drug habit, make sure there's all of it kind of it's pretty smart, really, I think.
I'm not convinced. It's only my opinion. I'm not convinced that's how it took place. This is just what I think.
No.
I think, like Golf Inspector General said, I think that they thought it was him initially. I think he's admitted he was driving around, and I think a tip came in, and then I think they just went with it and then shifted everything to make it fit because they were desperate to get their town up and running. I think they just had to. They certainly can't back out now, can they? I think they got too far into it.
Yeah, and they won't. They won't back out, and that's why they threw the death penalties, at that point, because like a bargaining chip, like desperate bargaining chip.
It's all or nothing. I don't know. I mean, we don't have the death penalty here, but to bargain like that, it's like, well, he might have done it, but when we let him off if he pleads, etc. And that's where I am with it, because I think that that they all thought, like everywhere else that I watch, with all of the legalese, if you like, goes on, they'll plea. But I don't think they bargained for Ann Taylor.
No,
it was like, I don't think they bargained. And she'd go, right, sit down, talk to me. Were you there? Well, I was near there. But did you do it? No, I didn't do it. And I think that that's enough. If you work in defense, then you'd know. And you can tell the difference. Believe me, you really can.
Yeah.
If someone is playing you, because they'll say, yeah. And then if they did, they said, right, okay, we're going to have to plea because you were a naughty boy. That's a bad way of putting it. Like, I wouldn't call it that. We're going to have to get you the minimum. And that's how defense works. Well, this isn't the way it's going. 1 year nearly, this man, I didn't do it. And I Ted Bundy got bail. Chris Watts got bail. This bloke, Pulko, he got bail. What's going on?
But I know he escaped.
No, all right. Well, that he bailed. But yeah.
But he might have got bail.
He hasn't got that narcissistic thing. He's following because he has studied criminality. He knows how it works. And I really believe that he did say, did anyone else go? In other words, it can't possibly be me. I know I was driving around, but surely you've got the right guy.
Yeah, like, surely people were driving around as well.
Yeah. I don't mind that you think it's me because I was around that time. I was, yeah, and I'm a bit of a, but surely you've got the right person, but no, totally on him. And I suppose that's my perspective, because you can't drone in, because she'd know right away. I mean, you wouldn't get up in court when, like I've said before, when you've got kids that have, yeah, I've done that. Okay, right, you're this age, etc. We'll get you off on that. And but murder, no, never experienced that. It's all basically petty crime, and you fess up. There's no point in, but with something like this, I don't think it's cat and mouse. He didn't do it. In my head, I don't see how he could have. I don't know. He's probably capable, and he might be a wrong un, but this isn't the right guy.
I'm sure. Go ahead.
I mean, if you think about it, the reason he said, if he said it now, he came from Brian Enton.
Mm,
We can't trust that
yeah.
guy. If he said,
Okay.
did anybody else get arrested? He came from his parents. Like they dragged him out of the house. I would
Yeah.
be worried that my
Mm,
parents were arrested. I would
Yeah.
be like, did anybody else get arrested? Meaning my parents, I was in their house. Did they, did they, that's where my mind would be at. So that's not unusual to
oh,
say at all, you
Yeah.
know.
yeah. I never even thought that. I mean,
Um,
they had that hearing, didn't they? They had that hearing with that lady found locally in Pennsylvania,
yes.
and that was a bit of a sideswipe. I thought, oh wait, what's going on?
But look at how mainstream media handled that. Oh my God, the parents are going up. They're going to have to.
It
I can't.
cast out.
Yeah, and
Mm,
then nothing came of it. He wasn't involved. Just like the
mm,
DNA in the car. The amount of people,
mm,
there's going to be so much DNA in that car. And if there isn't, that's going to swing me the other way. So many people didn't budge. There's absolutely no victim DNA in his car, and they still hammered guilty home to themselves, even though they were all saying that's the decider for me. I'll change my mind possibly if there's no DNA, and they didn't. They're hanging.
I have a question. In the UK, how do they portray this? Because there was only one UK station, I think it was ITV, who did find that, the guy that found some neighbor who said that Brian Koberger was seen with an Asian girl quite frequently. But how do they portray him in the media over there?
I haven't seen anything. It's
oh
not.
no, I did. I saw that, and
I saw
all
that.
it was
Everything since.
yeah. But they didn't put a thing in it. All they did was say that a guy had seen him, and he was seen at a regular sort of hour each evening. And this particular person that they're talking about was a colleague. And then when you look at it this side, the other side of the pond, it's like, oh yeah, but he had a girlfriend. I don't know. I worked in many a situation. It's a man's world, you work in a situation. Many a colleague is male, but again, it's one of those. It was a good little snippet into another guy checking on he's a neighbor, going, oh yeah, they met up. Kind of, I used to go for a drink after work with colleagues, friends, from my work. Perfectly kind of normal. So yeah, the whole ITV thing was purely about not that they caught that. It was just like they found a witness not on the campus, but the actual, where he lived, and not many of those have come out of the woodwork to speak on sort of his behalf. Right now, he'd only been there 6 months, so again, he's like prime. Like they don't like strangers in that town. Who really don't.
No, but I found it interesting that it was just
Yeah.
British media that actually tried to paint that picture, not just like,
Yeah,
okay.
well, yeah, it was strange to find a Brit over there kind of doing it. It was like, wow.
Yeah.
I was quite proud. I was like, wow. And he happened to interview a neighbour of Coburg rather than, the other lot. I'm not, because I'm not a fan of ITV, to be honest. But it was like a different perspective. And it was purely observational. All he did was say, yeah, they used to kind of meet up for about the same time at night. I think they finished late. They're all nerds. Come on. They were just nerds. And I
Yeah.
get a very nerdy vibe from our Brian, if you like. I don't think I'd last 5 minutes with him, but he's just one of those guys. I can't see him. Yeah, I don't know.
But I think
But yeah, interesting.
the media over here, it was like a flash in the pan, really. They just sort of dipped
It
in.
was.
I haven't seen anything.
Yeah, I only saw it. Yeah, I only saw it on somebody else on a channel, US channel, that actually brought it up. I thought, yeah, no one even asked a word of like his neighbours. What was he like? And because everyone's got him down as a creep and an incel, and all the things. It's just bizarre.
Yeah, that's true. All right, ladies, I'm going to jump off and give other people the opportunity of coming on and giving their perspective.
I'm going to have to actually...
Lovely to meet you.
Lovely to meet you.
It was
too.
great. I listened to you a lot.
Oh, thank you. It was wonderful. And Nellie, I'm happy you finally took the dip into live streaming. I think it's fun.
It is.
The more the merrier.
And thank you so much for joining me tonight. That's been brilliant. I am going to have to wrap it up. If someone wants to have a quick 5 minutes up here, that'd be great. But it is my son's birthday tomorrow.
Ooh, happy birthday.
Dad's tonight. And the time here is 5 to 1 in the morning. I haven't wrapped his presents. So
is it the 23rd?
Yes. Well, it's today. Sorry. Yes. Oh my gosh, it is actually today.
Yeah.
Well, you guys have a good night. Okay?
Thank you so much for coming up.
Okay,
Bye.
Nice to meet you. Bye.
If anyone would like to say anything quickly, but I'm going to end the stream. And Vix, would you like to say something else before I finish?
Yeah, no, it's fine. Been lovely. Thanks for inviting me. No, I was going to ask what year?
Oh,
because my son is 23rd too.
Yeah, he's 8. Oh wow, that's a weird coincidence.
Yeah, it really is.
And thank you to my new mods. Thank you to my first ever panel. We're gonna I'll probably come up again next Sunday. I might jump up in between. I am very spontaneous, so you might just suddenly see I'm live, and there might be 2 of us or 30 of us or 100 of us. You never know. But thank you so much. I'm so excited. Thank you to my new members. Thank you for my super chat and my new mods. How exciting. I'm very excited. I will get better at this, but I'm loving the learning, and thanks for sticking with me with the technical issues.
Lots of love and good luck. I'll catch you soon.
Yeah, take care. Okay, guys, have a great evening. Relax, have a good time. And I will get some videos up this week. I'm going to be back on it. So thank you. Sorry, Polly. Thanks for joining. We'll see you next time, okay? Take care, everyone. Love you all. Bye.